America, how we doing today? We are coming to you from the inside of the air-conditioned cab. Why? Because it's hot out.
It's hot, damn hot, real hot. Hot in this is my shorts, I can cook things in it.
Yeah, it's hot today. It's right about 100 degrees out there, and the wind's blowing pretty. Big truck just rolled by. And the wind's blowing pretty good out there, so we're going to do it from the inside of the cab today. The title of this video is Cat Skinnin. What I mean by that is there's more than one way to skin a cat, all right? As y'all know, I've been running down to Eagle Pass, Texas, okay? Choice has gotten a contract with utility traders, and they have contracted us to drive from Fort Worth, or the Fort Worth area, down to Eagle Pass, Texas, which is down on the border along the Rio Grande River, and pick up traders and bring them back up to Fort Worth. So they're paying us round trip, okay? Why are we going to Eagle Pass to pick up traders? Do they got a factory there? No, they got a factory in Mexico. Yes, I know. And that huge sucking sound. So
there will be a giant sucking sound going south.
So they built a factory a few years ago. They built a utility factory down in Mexico. And they build them down there, and then they bring them across the border to this drop lot in Eagle Pass, okay? And I go down and pick them up there and bring them up to Fort Worth. And in Fort Worth, the technicians, they put a reefer unit on the front, a refrigerated unit on the front of the trailer. So, and it finishes building the trailer. Mostly, all these trailers we've been hauling are Stevens Transport trailers. They're Stevens Transport, the big reefer carrier out of Dallas. So, anyway, so we've been doing that. I've been doing that for a month and a half now, I guess. I haven't showed much of it on video. I mean, a couple little things here and there, but anyway, I've been doing these round trips, and they pay us by the book mile, okay? And they'll dispatch me, and then they'll send me an email, and I'll print this email page out, and it'll have all the information for the load. And one of the key things is the miles. How many miles are they paying? Well, they're paying book miles from Fort Worth to Eagle Pass. It's 414 miles. All right, so if you get on a computer here and you click in right here, Fort Worth, you click, type in Fort Worth, highlights that in green, and then down here, Eagle Pass, highlights that in red, and it runs a route. Well, the obvious best way to run is down I-35. You come down through Waco, Temple, Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, and then you run west on 57, I believe it is. Yeah, US 57, right, well, it's right over there. If you look right here where I've got the cursor, but over in this corner, if you look right over in this corner, it'll show the highway, Highway 57. This right here is Highway 35, Interstate 35. So anyway, I got to looking at this. I ran down the first load. I live just south of Dallas down here, and I run down 35, and it's a nightmare. It's just a freaking nightmare going down through. Waco's under construction right now, so it's all backed up all the time. Austin has always been a mess, and it will probably always be a mess. All right, they've got a big new bypass toll road that goes around, but it's so expensive you can't afford to use it. Anyway, I got to look, and from Fort Worth, when I deliver my first trailer up there, I go from Fort Worth, there's a direct line right down through here to Eagle Pass. Well, I'm bowing, look at that, I'm bowing quite a bit around over here. It's not a straight line. It's not the straightest line. So I got to looking, well, there's no highway going perfectly straight down through here. So to get away from all this construction and traffic and headaches and everything in Austin, Waco and all, let's go west. Let's go out here and then go down through Stephenville and then Brownwood. This is Brady, Menard Junction, all the way down here to Uvalde, and then down to Eagle Pass. All right, so I thought, well, let's run that way. So let's put this little boom right there, and let's go right there to Stephenville. All right, what do you know? 441 miles. Actually, I'm off a little bit. It should be about 430 something miles. Yeah, see, I didn't quite hit it right. So if I re-click that and go there, and then go down and unclick that one. Okay, here we go. Dang it. Didn't mean to do that. All right, go uncheck that and zoom back out. So there's our new route. All right, so there's our new route, and it's 432 miles versus 414 miles. It's not that far. It's not that much farther distance-wise. But what does it do? It gets me out on these open 2-lane highways. There's nothing here. It's just open 2-lane highways, very little traffic. Yeah, you got a few little towns. Brownwood and Uvalde are the two biggest towns, and they're not that big. You get through in about 10 minutes, okay? Most of the towns out here, You just slow down to about 40 mile an hour and you put on through town, and then you get outside the town and go back up to speed again. And you make just about as good, actually you make better time out here on these 2 lanes than you do on I-35 because of all the traffic and the backups, okay? So I've been running this way, and obviously, I mean, what would you rather do? Would you rather sit still in this, or would you rather drive down this? And it's just open country, and there's, like I said, another thing is all these little towns, there's things to look at and see, and little places to pull off and check things out. And the reason, what I wanted to point out here is where I'm at now. I'm just north of, let's shut the engine off for a second. Where I'm at now, I'm just north of Brady, Texas. And this is deer hunting area, okay? As you can see over here, there's a fence. It's about an 8-foot tall field fence. There's another 8-foot tall field fence on this side, or 7 foot or whatever. It's nice and tall fence. Why do you need that tall a fence? Well, out in this area is really big area for deer hunting and wild game hunting and stuff. They have these huge ranches out here that cater to hunters that come out every year. Now, here comes an RV, going to be noisy. But they cater to these hunters that want to come out and do a little wild game hunting, okay? I've never been a deer hunter. It's not my thing. I don't care about it one way or the other. But anyway, what I was getting at is there's all these big areas out here, and it's real pretty scenery to driving along and seeing these big fields or pastures and everything that are all open, and it's real pretty. One of the other things is there's these historical markers, okay? I'm trying to think, who was it? Back in, I think it was Lady Bird Johnson. That'd be LBJ's wife, okay? I think she's the one that got these historical markers all over the state of Texas. You're driving down a highway, on these 2-lane highways, and you'll see these historical markers. And it'll say historical marker 1 mile. When you get up there, there's a little wide spot here, like I'm pulled off at, and there's a little marker there saying something significant about the area, something that happened in the past, or something that's unique to this, geography or something like that. Well, this one here, what do you know? Right in the middle of it. Yeah, I'm deep in the middle of it. Yep, there you go. Geographic center of Texas. Now, if you want, you can pause the video and read that if you'd like. But yeah, it's actually, this sign isn't really on the actual geographic center. It's about 5 miles that way, and it's on private land, so you can't go there. But this is about as close as you can get. So they put this marker up here, and it's just, I don't know, it's just little things like that. All these little towns, you see all these neat things, and if you got the time, stop and see them and check them out. I guess the whole point of this video is there's more than one way to skin a cat. If you're a truck driver, or you're on vacation in your car or whatever, and you're driving from point A to point B, maybe the interstate's not the best way to go. Maybe take a little 2-lane road and make the trip part of the vacation instead of just the destination. So as far as truck drivers, we drive all over the country. You can stop and see all this kind of stuff all the time, if you just take the time to do it. And that's what I'm trying really hard nowadays, is to try and stop and smell the roses, so to say. So, all right, well, time to get back to rolling. After I said I'm going to stop and smell the roses, I got to get back to work. So anyway, y'all take care and be good. And I'm going to get back down and pick my last trailer up for the week. So ciao, bye.